On this edition of Pacific Report, Misawa Air Base hosts an air show for their Japanese hosts. We go to Okinawa, where sailors and airmen celebrate special milestones, and Yokota opens their gates to over 100,000 of their Japanese neighbors. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corporal Paul Williams. Military life can take a toll on service members and their families, but sometimes a celebration can help lighten the load. Whether celebrating culture, friendship, pride, or an important milestone, it gives people the chance to unwind, relax, and have a little fun. Petty Officer William Bergsteiner reports from Misawa, where the Air Base celebrated their friendship with their Japanese hosts with a very special show.
U.S. Air Force, Navy, and Japan Air Self-Defense Force aircraft darted, dived, and dipped through the sky at Misawa's annual air show. The air show featured static displays, flybys from various fighter squadrons, and even a demonstration from the JASDEF demo team Blue Impulse, an air show favorite.
It was so impressive, the planes riding the circle or big heart. It was so impressive, and I was moved.
Both the visitors and the aircraft crews enjoy the cultural exchange and building of friendships that the air show promotes.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Japanese culture out here. I enjoy it, taking pictures with them and just showing them our aircraft.
Sailors in Yokuska also built bonds with their Japanese neighbors. Petty Officer Michael Rainey tells us how a little friendly athletic competition can bring two nations closer together.
Yokuska's Naval Supply Systems Command Fleet Logistics Center builds stronger relations with their Japanese counterparts of the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Forces Ship Supply Depot during a sports day on Yokuska Naval Base.
Well, today is a tradition that we have working closely with JMSDF, Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force partners. It allows us to build camaraderie, doing things that takes us out of our comfort zone and perhaps at times takes them out of their comfort zone, allowing us all to come together, enjoy sportsmanship, and getting to know one another.
The day consists of 7 events with teams receiving points based on how well they do during each game. While competitive, winning is not the main goal for those involved.
Well, it just gets us together and have fun and not, there's so much negative sometimes on the outside. So it just, in here is the positive of us being together and just playing around and talking.
Some celebrations are tied to special milestones in one's life, and for sailors in Okinawa, that was a career milestone. Lance Corporal Takun Norising takes us to Kadena Air Base, where new Navy Chief Petty Officers celebrated Okinawa's second annual CPO Pride Day.
Chief Petty Officer is one of the most prestigious ranks in the Navy. But before a sailor can become a CPO, they have to go through a 6-week course.
We got selected as Chief Petty Officers. We do a lot of physical training, a lot of leadership training, some teach-backs and stuff.
Although physical fitness and leadership are important traits for a Chief Petty Officer to have, they must also embody pride.
Today is CPO Pride Day, and CPO Pride Day is a day where the chief selectees get to show a lot of passion, pride, heritage, and team building.
We did a push-up event, the sit-ups event. All events were team-based. To be honest, our team didn't do that well, but it was actually pretty fun because even though our team didn't do well, we were cheering on other teams. It was just the camaraderie-ness of everybody that's participating, even the chiefs that are cheering us on. The hardest challenge we did so far today is during our exercises, making the weakest link stronger. So I think that's what these exercises are about, building your team. How we're going to make that person, come up to this level.
Sailors weren't the only ones celebrating a special milestone at Kadena. Air Force Staff Sergeant Tori Kusamano introduces us to an airman who was celebrating his birthday, a birthday he shares with an organization near and dear to his heart.
On Kadena Air Base's flight line, crew chiefs at the 909th AMU spend most of their time getting up close and personal with their aircraft. For Staff Sergeant Alex Lesh, that's exactly the way he likes it.
So I really grew up with a love of aviation, so it's pretty much the main reason why I joined the Air Force.
And if his love of aviation wasn't assurance enough that he belonged in the Air Force, Staff Sergeant Lesh learned in basic training that he and the Air Force had something in common. They were both born on September 18th.
It makes me feel it was something I was meant to do. Like, I was built to be in the Air Force.
And much like the Air Force itself, Staff Sergeant Lesh has grown and changed as a result of his service.
The things that I love the most would have to be traveling the world. Every time we take off and break ground and I see the ground slowly disappearing, just knowing that within a matter of hours I'm going to be at some random place in the world, and we land and I walk out and it's like, well, new place, never been here before. Mark that one off the list.
So even though the cake may not have his name on it, for Staff Sergeant Lesh, September 18th is still a celebration.
Well, Air Force, I would love to congratulate you on your 69th birthday. Happy birthday. Hey, it's my birthday. Not quite 69 though.
And sometimes celebrations can get big, really big, like throwing a party for 100,000 guests big. Airman First Class Dhruv Gopinath reports from Yokota, where the base prepares to host an open base event where the number of visitors is expected to reach 6 digits.
While preparation may have started in February, it's the last stretch before the start of Yokota Air Base's Friendship Festival.
CE guys, comm guys, we've all been out here since Monday, getting the power lines set out, getting some of the big tents and the really heavy lifting done before the private orgs. So everybody just kind of banded together to turn this into one big, gigantic party.
For all those involved in making the festival a reality, it's the opportunity to give back to the community that makes it all worthwhile.
I'm going to be so happy to see so many of the locals and citizens of Japan coming in and enjoying the base and seeing what we're really here for.
With the hard work and dedication of airmen and base residents, the Friendship Festival is sure to be a success.
With preparations complete, Yokota opened its doors to their Japanese neighbors who were treated to a variety of sights and sounds, including static displays of aircraft that festival goers could take tours of and meet the crews. Petty Officer Lorelei Vandegren has that story.
Yokota's Friendship Festival is one of the biggest events of the year. Thousands of Japanese get the chance to see inside Air Force aircraft they normally see from afar.
Well, we basically have the Friendship Festival to show our neighbors outside the gates kind of what we do and how we do it, give them a little bit of insight on the mission that we have here on Yokota Air Base.
Many visitors patiently waited in line, but it was worth the wait to see the cockpit and talk to the pilots.
The day's been great. We've been out here all morning taking photos, showing, obviously showing off our plane, showing them the flight deck. But overall, I think everyone's out here having a great time.
Japanese and Americans alike enjoyed the demonstrations and displays at this annual event.
With the festival in full swing on the ground, Airman First Class Dhruv Gopinath took to the air where the airmen of the 36th Airlift Squadron demonstrated their airdrop capabilities for eager spectators.
Among all the attractions at Yokota Air Base's Friendship Festival, the C-130 airdrop can easily be considered the main event. For the paratroopers involved, performing in front of the crowd never gets old.
When I first arrived at the unit, this was my first deployment 5 years ago. I attended the Friendship Festival. So this will be my 5th Friendship Festival. I always enjoy the jump, and afterwards it's great to interact with the locals, and the other units are here too.
What made this year's drop special is that it is the last time the C-130H takes center stage.
This is going to be one of the last opportunities for the C-130H to kind of demonstrate its capabilities to the Japanese public. And for myself, it's going to be one of the last opportunities for a navigator to direct one of these airdrops, because once the J model comes in, it's going to be just the 2 pilots in the front seat controlling the drops.
At the end of the day, it's being able to show off their capabilities that brings joy to Yokota's airlifters.
It feels good to show the crowd what Loadmasters do in the back. On my part, I'm able to show them our precision airdrop, that we're able to get something out of the plane in an exact spot.
It's the hard work of airmen on the ground and in the air that makes Yokota's Friendship Festival a success.
The 2-day annual festival also includes lots of food, live music shows, demonstrations by the Tokyo Metropolitan Police, and a strongman competition. That does it for this newscast. To check out what's happening around the region, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at AFN Pacific Now. I'm Corporal Paul Williams, and from all of us here at AFN Pacific, thanks for watching.